am Sylvia Gordon.
Hey, I'm Rebecca.
We're going to talk about the landscape for Medicare Advantage. Talked about it a lot recently just to give you an idea what's going on out there, who to contract with, who to be aware of, up and coming. And this just shows you that everybody expanded a little bit in 2024.
So we're looking at the major carriers and their investment in their portfolio. So you'll see here, Humana actually came in this year with 2,900 plans, over 2,860. Not a lot.
I think this is interesting. Humana offers plans in 90% of counties of the U.S. Okay, so that's more than United Healthcare. That is really cool. What I want to draw your attention to are the ones in gray.
Gray means neither company wants to be in there.
No plans.
I know.
So it's
Might
funny.
be hard to be
We had a
states.
client call from Alaska. Actually, we had about 3 from Alaska that were in need of Medicare Advantage because they could not get Medicare supplements. There was no Medicare Advantage.
They had no plans up there?
No, they had no plans. So they're like, I have cancer. We got to do something. I said, well, you're going to have to move.
Right.
So one lady moved to Florida so she could get a plan.
Well, that's smart. If you're going to move, go to someplace
Right.
warm.
She went where her daughter was. Somebody else moved to Seattle. I can't help you if there's no plan.
Yeah, Nevada's hit hard. It's interesting when you look right over here, Iowa and Kansas, they're right through the middle. We don't have the big gorilla penetration.
So there is room for expansion if they can make money. Now, we also had a couple people that came into the market in 2024.
We had some new ones come in, people like Champion Health, Peak, Verda Health.
And we always have people that exit. So there were about 12 companies that exited in 2024. This is interesting. This shows you the most common supplemental benefits. I call them extra benefits. Medicare calls them supplemental benefits. But it shows that on individual plans over here, almost all of them now have eyeglasses, eye exams, some dental, some vision, some fitness.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought this was interesting. Only 85% have an over-the-counter benefit. I kind of feel like they all have an over-the-counter benefit. The ones I look at and the ones I quote. And I thought this was interesting. Only 19% have a Part B rebate. Because if you followed any of the advertising that the big agencies did,
That's all they talk about.
The last 3 years before it was outlawed, all they talked about was get a call to get that senior stimulus, that Part B rebate. Just all you got to do is just call and it's available. It's like it's more available now than it was when they were running those ads 3 years ago. But it's only on 19% of the plans. On special needs plans, it's only on about 7% of the plans. Also, if you look here for support for caregivers, that's a kind of a new benefit on the radar.
That's got to grow, I would hope, because I could see that value.
But it's on 5% of the plans. Yeah. Now, if you look up here for transportation, only 30%.
That's interesting.
36% of individual Medicare Advantage. You would expect it to be more popular on the D-SNPs because a lot of people who don't drive, can't drive, won't drive. So I thought that was an interesting slide. And then look at the food benefit. That was the number one thing that people asked me about this year.
That's a huge ticket in the dual and the SNP market, which makes sense. That population has the highest percentage for food insecurity. So that's a huge benefit.
Right. So the special needs plans offer, 60% of them offer some type of food benefit. Where on an individual plan, you only have about 14%. And like I said, that was the call I got this year that I heard from clients over and over again. How do I get my food card? How do I claim my food benefit? Because the ads were still misleading. Mm-hmm. It's not something that's through the government. It's through a Med Advantage only and only if it's available. And as you can see, not as widely available as you would think.
So co-branding has gotten really big. In fact, we're seeing more of this happen. So in 2024, Alignment Health, they're offering 4 plans co-branded with Instacart.
Now, I've never ordered groceries through Instacart.
I have. I don't use them anymore.
Did you like it?
If for your non-perishables, easy, perfect. But I did not like my fruits. So I like to make sure that my grapes are firm. My berries, my blueberries are firm, are not moldy. Yeah. And if you're at the grocery store on a Sunday morning, you see the young kids doing it, they don't care. They're just pulling it. So I stopped doing it for that reason.
I have one client that uses it and she complains about it. She's also 92. also 92 and can't go to the grocery store. So I think it's a lifesaver for her. But she says the same thing. She goes, they don't pick out the right stuff.
They don't pick out the right stuff.
But you can see if you're older and you can't drive or you won't drive.
When you don't care about your fruit, it's pretty cool. Right. It's very cool. So the doorbell, it's on your
When I first saw that an insurance company was co-branding with Instacart, I was like, what's next? Tinder? What is happening here? Oh, but that's because I don't use Instacart.
That'd be so fun.
But there's a lot of
like senior dating sites.
There's a lot of co-branding. You saw Humana and USAA. That was a great partnership.
Ron Krendowski. He's awesome in those.
Right.
Whatever his name is.
I can't say
I just butchered it.
But there's a lot of co-branding that's going on with Rite Aid, with CVS, Smart. A lot of different ones with Walgreens. Yeah. So that's what's going on in insurance this week. I hope you learned something. I hope you are a good netizen and you subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe. Like us.
Like us. Subscribe.
See ya.